Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make you. We are News 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are News. We are 24 News Radio TV. To Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are News. We are.
A lovely afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. My name is Grace Nwafo. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, has installed the new Elemure of Emure Ekiti, Oba Babatunde Ajiboye, and called on aggrieved contenders to refrain from embarking on frivolous and tortuous judicial processes to truncate the enthronement of a monarch duly appointed by government. Oyebanji said, uniting with a new king always fast-tracks development and fosters peace in the community rather than engaging in court cases that could stoke divisions and bad blood. The governor gave the charge at Emure Ekiti while presenting the instrument of appointment and staff of office to the new royal father. The monarch, a retired customs officer hails from Abenimota royal dynasty, one of the long-standing ruling houses in Emure Ekiti. The first-class royal stool became vacant following the demise of Oba Emmanuel Adebayo, a retired commissioner of police, on May 30, 2024. Addressing the community, Oyebanji, who was represented by the deputy governor, Mrs. Monishade Afuye, maintained that he neither interfered in the selection duel nor imposed any candidate on the town. And from Adamawa State, the United Nations Children's Fund has urged traditional rulers to join the fight against out-of-school children, especially the girl child in Adamawa State and the Northeast sub-region of Nigeria. Speaking at a one-day stakeholders meeting, the Chief Field Officer in Bauchi Field Office, Dr. Nuzat Rafiq, disclosed that the UNICEF data showed that over 80 million school-age children are out of school in Nigeria. She pointed out that the meeting therefore aims at fashioning out ideas that will ensure that every child has access to quality education in Adamawa State and the country at large. The federal government has commenced efforts to rescue and repatriate a group of Nigerian workers stranded in the Central African Republic. This follows a viral video showing the distressed individuals abandoned in the Bambari region, about 850 kilometers from the country's capital, Bangui. In a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja, the government confirmed that officials of the Nigerian mission in the Central African Republic have successfully established contact with the affected nationals. The Emir of Gusau in Zamfara State, Dr. Ibrahim Bello, today passed on at the age of 71 during a protracted illness in Abuja. The 16th Emir succeeded his father, who died on March 16, 2015. Bello, a civil servant who rose to the highest position of permanent secretary during his service in Old Sokoto and Zamfara State, served for 10 years and a few months. Confirming his demise, Suleiman Idris, spokesperson for Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal, commiserated with the people of the state over the loss. This is still the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Still to come are news from the foreign scene and the world of sport. Stay with us.
Welcome to 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you, credible and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is
glad to know that you're still there if you're just joining us. This is the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Over now to the foreign scene. The International Criminal Court has convicted two leaders of a predominantly Christian rebel group in the Central African Republic for multiple war crimes committed against Muslim civilians during the country's civil war in 2013 and 2014, sentencing each to more than a decade in prison. The former president of the CAF Football Federation, Patrice Edouard Ngiassona, along with Alfred Yekatom, a rebel leader known as Rambo, were found guilty of their involvement in atrocities including murder, torture, and attacking civilians. The court sentenced Yekatom to 15 years for 2 war crimes and crimes against humanity. Ngiassona received 12 years of 28 for 28 counts of war crimes and crimes against humanity. And from France, President Emmanuel Macron says France will recognize Palestine as a state. Macron said in a post on X that he would formalize the decision at the United Nations General Assembly in September. The move makes France the largest and most influential country in Europe to move to recognize Palestinian state after European Union members Norway, Ireland, and Spain indicated they would also begin the same process. At least 142 countries out of the 193 members of the UN currently recognize or plan to recognize a Palestinian state, but several powerful Western countries have refused to do so. They include the United States, the United Kingdom, and Germany. United States Special Envoy Steve Witkoff has said he was cutting short talks aimed at reaching a truce in Israel's war on Gaza after the latest proposal for Hamas showed a lack of desire to reach a ceasefire. Witkoff made the announcement in a statement just hours after the office of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel had also recalled its negotiating team from Qatar amid the latest diplomatic flurry. There was no immediate comment from Hamas. The group has repeatedly accused Israel of blocking a ceasefire agreement. United Kingdom lawmaker Jeremy Corbyn has announced he is launching a new political party to run to the left of the Labour Party that he previously led. On Thursday, Corbyn and Member of Parliament Zara Sultana, who both became independent after leaving Labour, announced the new party, which did not yet have an officially registered name but was temporarily dubbed Your Party on its website. In a joint statement, they said it was time for a new kind of political party focused on righting social injustice and combating a rigid system. And from India, reports have it that at least 4 children have been killed and 17 others injured after the roof of a school building collapsed in India's western state of Rajasthan. The tragedy took place shortly after daily prayers at a government-run school in Bama district. Authorities say about 25 to 30 students were inside the classroom when the ceiling suddenly gave way. The death toll from clashes between Thai and Cambodian troops have risen to 15 in Thailand and 1 in Cambodia, according to authorities, as more than 120,000 people living along both sides of the border separating the two countries flee the ongoing fighting. Deadly fighting continued for a second day today as both countries traded heavy artillery and rocket fire. The bloodiest military confrontation between the two Southeast Asian neighbors in more than a decade. Thailand's Ministry of Public Health reported that at least 14 civilians and 1 soldier were killed in Thailand, when fighting broke out on Thursday, and a local provincial official in Cambodia's Orda Minchi province told newsmen that one person was killed and 5 wounded in Thai attacks. And moving over to Russia, authorities said the passenger plane carrying nearly 50 people crashed in a remote spot in Russia's far eastern region of Amur with no immediate sign of survivors. The aircraft, a twin-propeller Antonov 24 operated by Angara Airlines, was headed to the town of Tinda when it disappeared from radar. A rescue helicopter later spotted the burning foliage of a plane on a forested mountain slope. Videos published by Russian investigators showed what appeared to be columns of smoke billowing from the wreckage of the plane in a dense forested area. And now from the world of sports. President Bola Tinubu has approved the full payment of allowances and match bonuses for the Super Falcons ahead of their final match against Morocco in the 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations (WAFCON). The announcement was made by the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Dio, who confirmed that all entitlements up to and including the final tomorrow had been disbursed for immediate payment to players, coaches, and officials. Diko described the gesture as policy in motion and a demonstration of a renewed commitment to Nigerian athletes under President Tinubu's leadership. And that is a wrap on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Do stay tuned for more programs will be coming your way. My name is Grace Nwafo. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.